Hey y'all, so I hope you're having a marvelous day. I'm sitting out here just, kind of peacefully meditating, enjoying kind of a slight warm day. Um, so like as you can see, I'm like right here by my house and I'm sitting by this just tree that I grew up with and I just got to thinking I absolutely dislike hearing people compare their spiritual journeys to someone else's spiritual journeys or their life to others that have no absolute merit in their life, all because it's like someone has done it, so it must be a success. Maybe I can mimic or copy something like this, and your success and your growth is on entirely you. And so I got to thinking, and I'm not bashing anybody, but like life coaches, like spiritual life coaches, yeah, they can help to an extent. But for those who are like having trouble connecting to the higher selves, the higher realms of spirit, or just spirit in general, you're like, okay, what do I do? This is what I want you to know. It's like you have access in this information. Don't look at outside sources. Like sit down and actually like just sit down and cleanse yourself, wash your hands, and be like, okay, you know what, I remove every toxic energy or negative energy that is not good for my system, that is, the energy is way too finicky, or it's not grounding enough. So another way is to sit down like a tree and just put yourself in a situation like the tree and just imagine your feet are roots that go deep into this earth, and ask Mother Earth to take all that energy away from you and to really connect you with the earth center, the earth chakra, the earth heart. And this allows you to open yourself up more than ever before. It's sitting there and meditating. And with me, I started meditating every day now, and just really getting in touch with my higher self and the higher spirits and my guides and my soul group, and to really start putting my plans in motion for my next evolution, if that makes any sense. So I'm not messing or I'm not shading life coaches, but please take with a grain of salt that things that people tell you in a spiritual sense, they may have worked for someone else, but it may not work for you. So my best bet for you is to just to sit down and meditate and put your feet on the earth, even if you're in shoes like tennis shoes or sandals, wherever you live, and just plant yourself and reconnect with the earth, reconnect to your center, because you reconnecting with your center brings in so much more alignment. And this is what I want you to know: if you have one chakra on your body that is out of alignment or needs work, 10 times out of 11, your chakra system will be completely out of alignment. And this is saying because one minor tweak, your system gets running. So what's to say, in a metaphoric, say you're a car, what's to say you run out of gas, nothing works, right? So if you don't have fuel injectors, how are you going to get fuel into your engine? So this is what it's saying, is one chakra out of alignment messes with the entire system. And it's really doing work. So it's like you need to stop doing things that may not work for everyone. It's finding what you need at your best, you know what I mean? And it's like sit down and take some time out every single day to learn your energy, to learn your thoughts, to learn your patterns, learn your behaviors, learn about everything that goes around you, because that really plays a huge important part in your system. How do you think? How do you act? How do you feel? How do you what is in your gut? What are all these different factors that are going into playing into your energy system? So it's really like taking time to learn yourself and learn your energy while expanding. Growth is very uncomfortable, and it's like it's very, very slow. Sometimes it's very fast depending on how you learn. But growth in a spiritual sense is slow because of the fact that things are so new that they have to be woven into you. before they can be experienced or talked about elsewhere. And I want you to know that growth is uncomfortable. So it's just accepting the fact that you have to grow. You need to grow as a human being. And you have every ounce of this disposal at your being. So it's saying, once you learn that and you're saying, oh, how do I go about connecting with my guides in the spiritual realm? I'm going to tell you, first off, connect with your own energy. Like, learn exactly what your energy consists of, your aura, your fields, your chakras. You know, learn your body. What can you eat? What can you not eat? Like me, for instance, I find that I am an emotional eater, so eating comfort food when I feel like the slightest stress is really, it's hurtful to my energy system because I feel bloated the next day or I feel drained. And with me, I'm starting to become gluten intolerant, and I'm borderline lactose intolerant already, you know, since I turned 21. And so my body is changing, that I have to cut these things out to make myself feel better. Therefore, I perform better. I have better energy in my field. So it's sitting down and meditating and learning my body and learning the rhythms of my thoughts and my patterns of speaking that help me expand my spiritualness to help other people. And this goes into my practice with tarot. I'm a self-taught tarot practitioner, excuse me. And a year ago, I never thought I would do anything like that. I would talk about spirit with a couple people and that was it. I never thought I would actually go in and be like, okay, you know what? Like, I actually quite passionately enjoy reading tarot for people. Like, I actually enjoy it because it gives me a sense of purpose, but it also gives me a sense of the fact that I can use my gifts for a greater good. So it's like I'm expanding my gifts, my knowledge, my craft, if that makes any sense, because I have to expand myself first before I can do that. I can't run from my own problems while helping others because that just makes me like ill flexible and overcommitted to one thing, and that stagnates my growth. So it's never compare yourself to someone else or think that the journey that you take is similar to those before you or what you see, because that's not the case. Like, a lot of times people wear a mask because it's so freaking painful that a lot of times people don't tell you. Like, when you go through shadow work or any type of light work, sometimes like you just want to sit down and cry. And I'm not joking. When I go through immense cleansing of energy and cleansing of emotions, like, I legit want to sit down and cry because it's been so long overdue, and I can hear that inner child in me crying, saying thank you for doing this, thank you for finally like making peace with yourself, because I can make peace with myself, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not imprisoned, it's just you have neglected yourself. So codependency issues, if you have them, codependency issues is the lack of self-care for your own well-being. And so you care for other people because you don't want to care for yourself, or you just ignore that because you're like, oh, who is this? So I want to tell you, and this is what I also thought, excuse me, for people who are going through a spiritual journey and you end up finding a partner and you're hearing things from other people, per se, I want you to know, don't ever listen to what your partner's last partner, the partner before them, yes, sometimes they will purposely try to derail your relationship because they're still hurt. And I hear this a lot, is someone who is not maybe bitter about the situation because they wanted something, or your partner is treating you better than they treated, you know, their last partner, the partner before that. So there's hurt that brings up that they haven't healed. And they say things like, oh, so-and-so does this for you and I wanted that, so I trained him in an instance, and I'm just using this as an example, I trained him to do this, so you should be thankful for what I gave you. You know what I mean? And it's just, no, don't let that happen, because it's a cycle that they drag you in and it lowers your vibration. So please be aware that you will come across people like that in a spiritual essence or a vessel, whatever, that will say, oh, I did this, because they're stuck with them themselves. So they see you progressing, that they try to pull you back because they're not happy with themselves. So this is saying, don't let people like mess with your light and your spiritual path, because most likely they are stuck in their own path, or they don't know where they're going, so they take it out on you. So thank you so much.